can't believe I gotta have this
If
conversation.
he don't win this year, he's a bum.
What?
Joe, that's a Hall of Fame terrible take right there.
No, it's not. It's true. It's so true.
What?
Boy just choked. Straight women booty and let the ball go.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
LeBron James
puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Irving and Curry. One-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
Oh yeah, but we'll get to explaining and debating in a second. What is up, everybody? 3 and a possible. Round 1, NBA playoffs. We are in full swing here. We've had some upsets. We've had some injuries. We have a couple series going exactly how we thought they would. One probably going pretty differently than all of us thought it would. But we will also have a special guest here joining us in the next, 15, 20 minutes. Rapper Dre Johnson just opened up for K-Camp last weekend. So he's doing some big things. Also, big Warriors fan. So we will get his take on how that series is going and all the drama that has been there. But fellas, how you feeling?
Living
Solid.
yes, sir.
All right, well, let's get into it. Let's start with a series that has had some very unfortunate injuries to it, all to one team, and has drastically impacted that series. So the Suns and the Clippers. This was a big series. A lot of people wanted to, really tap into. Very unfortunate. We kind of knew we weren't going to get Paul George in this series unless it maybe went 7. He could maybe play. But then Kawhi missing the last 2 games and games that were very important for the Clippers. Now the Suns are up 3-1. Fellas, I just kind of want to know what do you guys think of the series overall? I know we're a fairly Russ supporting show. He's had some good games here. But Joe, kind of give me your status update on Suns Clippers.
Man, Kawhi as a whole, that's a whole crazy situation. I don't even understand how the man can still play in the league where he can look like he played so well and then bam like that, he's out the next game and there's nothing you can do about it. Like that's hard to live when you got a star like that. Because if they had Kawhi and they got Paul George, they could win this series. And that's what you've seen already. Like Kawhi can still be that dude. He showed that he played well against KD and he locked KD up when he had to in that fourth quarter. I know they both went back and forth at each other in the fourth quarter. Both looked good defensively against each other. But to me, if Paul George is there, this is a whole different series. And it kind of make me feel a little shaky about the Suns. I still think the Suns are the favorite to make it to the finals out of the West. But it's a little concerning how they was looking them first two games, but now with Kawhi
What do you mean still?
That's right.
How many times are you going to fucking flip-flop on your goddamn finals pick? First it was the Suns, then it was the Warriors last week. Now you're back to the Suns.
Right. I'm still with the Warriors. I'm still with the Warriors. I said I understand why they're the favorites to come out the West.
I see, the favorite. Okay, I get it. I'm with you. I hear you. Devion, what's your thought on this series? This is a big series, I think, for a lot of people. Suns, you've been real high on the Suns for, since they made the trade. So what's your thought? They're up 3-1. What's your takeaway?
Nothing really. No Kawhi, no Paul George. So, when they played, it was looking real scary. It's like you can't say nothing about Paul. Well, I think if Paul George plays in this series and Kawhi plays, they probably beat them. They actually look good to a point where they actually can make a championship run because Kawhi, when he actually plays, is unstoppable. Can't do nothing with him, and he gonna make your life hard. Paul George makes your life hard. Westbrook figured it out. Even if he's missing, he gonna make some play that's gonna make it worthwhile. So they just D-Book just playing out of his mind. D-Book really playing the way. Like, I like D-Book. This way I've been waiting him to play for the last 2 years in the playoffs.
Agreed.
So now he unstoppable, Chris Paul don't got to score 50 points, so he at his best. And KD has finally found a team, I guess, when he don't have to score 40, they don't lose, and he can go be a facilitator to start passing and forget how to score. So, I don't know. It's like a pretty straightforward series. Like, the flippers been the flippers again. Suck because Kawhi was looking good, man, and Russ playing great. It's just, hey, bro, they the Clippers. It's like, what can it's just bad luck for them.
Really is.
Like, terrible luck.
Hella bad luck.
So, yeah, this is where it's like at some point it stops being bad luck for the Clippers, and like this was the calculated risk you took when you brought on Kawhi, and the same thing keeps happening.
Yeah, I think it's time to move on from him. Man. Now it's time to move on.
And they gave him everything.
Yeah, they did. They gave him everything, and that's kind of what I want to take this in a second. But my 2 cents on this one is that this is kind of exposing a lot of the things about the Suns that I was kind of worried about. Their lack of depth to me in this series has been on full display. You know, the Clippers have a lot of players that can play, so there's not a big drop off when they go to their bench team. Russ has been fantastic. Even in the one game where he didn't shoot well, he was doing everything else to make them play well, and that was the lone game that they actually won. Last 3 games, he's been scoring it well and been having to do a lot more with the Kawhi's injury and everything. Man, the one that I think they're really gonna kind of think about is wasn't game 4 but game 3 when you got Russ doing what Russ is doing. Norman Powell gave you way more than you could expect from Norman Powell, and you still couldn't quite get it because, like you said, Devion, D Book was just a fucking
insane.
Yeah,
and it's like you said, like we kind of been waiting for this type of consistency in any series, honestly, from Devin Booker, and he's finally giving it to us right now. So shout out to him. He's been hooping. KD is KD. That just is what it is. But what I want to ask you guys now, if you're the Clippers, is it time to move on from this experiment of Kawhi and Paul George? Joe, you can start.
Oh man, I'm gonna say no. You got a new stadium. You got a new arena coming up. Like you got to keep this. You got to keep it one more year. Like you got to figure it out. If it looked good, going into the playoffs until Paul George got hurt. So if you're a Bomber, you got a new stadium coming. You got to sell tickets. Like you got to keep them. So I think you got to give it one more year, but you definitely got to have a backup plan. Because if you got Westbrook, Paul George, and Kawhi for a full season, and you still got all those role players, I think he'll be just fine. You just got to hope that there's no injuries. And I think that's doable. But you damn sure right there ready for a backup plan. Backup plan got to be right there. Midway through the season, if the shit not working, you got to have that backup plan ready.
Yeah, I think it's time to move on. Like he ain't been healthy. I actually think it's time to move on from Paul George and Kawhi because they both hurt. You paying them a lot of money for no reason at this point. Like Paul George is gonna play, but Paul George at this point is really good if he's the second option, and you got a third, fourth, fifth player that can do some shit too. You get what I'm saying? So Kawhi, when he plays, unstoppable. But I'm at this point, if I'm gonna take a risk on him, I might do it up into the trade deadline to get his ass out of there. But he ain't playing. Just paying him $40 million not to play, so you going off all potential. So it's like, all right, he ain't Zion. He ain't 22 years old. He's 30-some years old. It's over. He ain't getting no better. He ain't getting healthier.
He said he need to retire.
I think he headed for retirement. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't think at this point. I think in the next year or two, if he don't think he can win no more championship, I think he retires because
I agree.
I don't think he had nothing else to prove. Like he did everything hurt and healthy. So
I agree.
That's just, I don't know.
So I think where I'm at is I'm not completely blow it up. In my mind, completely blow it up means fire sale, trade everybody. I'm trading one. I don't. Whichever one gets you more, I'm trading them. Kawhi or PG. I'm not running it back with both of them again. I think you keep Russ if you can. I don't remember what his new contract was with them, if it was just a small 1-year deal after the buyout. But I like the idea of Russ with them because Russ can show up and play every night, so you kind of need that. But I get anybody can get hurt at any given moment, but I'm trading them. I'm trading one of them and trying to get somebody that I know is going to show up night in, night out. Maybe isn't quite
That's a
the
fair
same
point.
star power, but like if you can keep Russ, like I'll give you a potential option here. Maybe you can trade for an OG Anunoby, right? Ascending player. He might not ever be quite as good as Paul George or Kawhi. Probably won't, right? But he's going to show up every night. He's got some, create his own shot to his game. He can do that. And if he's your third player, because you still have a Russ and you still have one of Kawhi or Paul George, I think I like that team a lot more, knowing I'm going to have him and a Russell Westbrook every night. And then it's, just make sure the other one is there for the playoffs. I like that setup a lot more than like relying on those two guys who, it's like a 50-50 shot they're going to be there in the playoffs. Because this is tragic for them this year, the way this is unfolding here.
Tragic's the right word, yeah.
It's tragic because they have a lot of hope.
Really
Like there is reason for optimism if they could get all
they
their
look
people
good
to play. But as Devion likes to say, flipper's gonna flip.
every time.
Let's go to another team that Devion loves and trusts so much. The New York Knicks. They're up 3-1, Devion. Aren't you so happy? No? Okay. So I think we all picked the Cavs in this one. One of us, could have been me, said that the Cavs would sweep. So
I remember that.
Real interesting here how this is going. But Devion, this is your Knicks, so I want to let you have the floor here to discuss Cavs Knicks and what you've seen so far as the Knicks went up 3-1 today.
Oh man, it's nice to see Brunson balling because they got a glimpse of hope, but it's like no Brunson, no win. But Donovan Mitchell is just at this point. I was just telling somebody earlier, it just seemed like he one of those regular season players that can't get over the hump in the playoffs. Because at this point, it's like, damn, bro, like,
wow.
I'm for real, bro. Like, what else?
Where the hell are you, bro?
Like, Garland, in my opinion, is guaranteed is only good if he has another, like, actual one option, and he can pick and choose when he want to be 1 and 2. I'm convinced with that now. Brunson, I've been convinced for a long time. He been that guy. He's exactly what we thought he was. Josh Hart, like before the show, Josh Hart was just Josh Hart. So shout out to the Knicks for getting it right. They got something right. Picking up Brunson was the smartest thing in the world. So hey, they about to make it out the first round since we're like Amari Stoudemire, bro. So
I don't know if that team made it out the first round. I don't think they did, actually.
No, they
Carmelo
did.
Anthony?
They never made it to the second round.
They made it to the second round. They played the Heat.
Like one time, and that was
I thought that was first round. I'm pretty sure that was a first round matchup.
No, they made it out of the first round, and then the second round they played the Heat.
It was one time, right?
Sorry about it.
Yeah.
And then that was it. So they go make it second round. Hey, the sky's the limit for the Knicks now, so I ain't got nothing else to say.
No,
So
they make it to the second round. That's it.
They might. Hey, I'm gonna say they go make it out the second round. Maybe they'll lose. So Knicks for the ring.
I'm with Devion. Where is Mitchell at? Where's Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, I want to say 11 points today. Only 2 in the second half.
That's and like, all right, I get it. Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, like they bench Julius Randle. Like Knicks, they a good team. They got solid players, but Donovan Mitchell, you've been in the playoffs. You got the experience. You got to be better.
40-point performances.
That's
in the
what
playoffs.
I'm saying.
That's what's crazy.
You got to do better, and you're not showing up. You flaking right now. So I think it's more on Donovan Mitchell than it is me being impressed with the Knicks. I am impressed that the Knicks didn't flail out and mess up. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't fuck it up to be 100%. Yeah, but I guess that's because Brunson in there now and Josh Hart, they ain't gonna let that happen, which is nice to see. But still, to me, it's all on Donovan Mitchell. because you're not really playing a dominant team. Like, Donovan Mitchell should be able to beat the Knicks by himself for real.
I don't know by himself, but he should. Like 11 points is unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
When this is what you were brought in to do.
So
like he was brought in to get them over the hump that they couldn't get over last year, which was the play-in game last year. So I guess technically they're over that hump. But
nah,
I think if you would have told Cavaliers fans before the season, yeah, your first round matchup is going to be the Knicks, then they're like, okay, great, that's going to be a great improvement. We're going to win a series, and that's something to at least build on. Maybe we can even make a little more noise. But yeah, they've been. I'd say they've been the biggest disappointment to me in the playoffs, the Cavaliers. Because I really like the way that team's constructed. They've got a lot of, versatile players. Like I love Evan Mobley's game as like a versatile big that can guard a lot of positions. He could use some polishing on offense, but it's like you said, Joe and Devin, like Donovan Mitchell. That's a no-show in a gotta have it game. You gotta
have that.
Especially when you take out Julius Randle the way they took Julius Randle out the game. I mean, they literally made Thibodeau bench him today in the fourth quarter. You got to get that home. I mean, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
The Knicks really played like the Knicks. Jalen Brunson just did good. The Cavs just didn't show up. Like for real,
I agree. Yeah.
If they just get averages, they still win. They probably still can skate in the series with tight games if they just have decent games. Because Jalen Brunson gonna be Jalen Brunson. I'm banking on Julius Randle. That was always the wild card. Like Julius Randle, if he gonna show up and give you 25 today, or is he gonna show up or not play today, or he's just on the court. So it's like the Knicks have been the Knicks. It's just the Cavs fucking up. Like
you know what it really is, Dev? You know what it really is?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Jalen Brunson being married to a Tom Thibodeau team is actually like a fantastic fit.
Yeah,
that's a great fit because Thibodeau's gonna, we know those teams are gonna compete, defend, do all that. And Brunson is just so solid offensively.
Yeah, did you see that soundbite with Josh Hart on the sidelines? He was talking to Thibodeau, and he was like, "I'm gonna give you a minute break, and you're going right back out there." And he was like, "I can go the whole 48." He was like, "I can do the whole 48." I was like, "That's Thibodeau." I love that type.
You better be careful when you say some shit like that around Thibodeau.
Take that shit serious.
But yeah, like he gives them the shot making at the end of games in clutch times, or if the other team's going on a run. Like he's just very poised and always gets to his spots at his pace. And yeah, he's just a real solid player. Like again, I don't think Brunson can be the best player on a championship team, but it's a good foundational year for the Knicks. So, kind of what I think we all thought was going to be for the Cavs, that kind of nice building block, take a step type year. It looks like it's going to be that way for the Knicks. Now, the Knicks will inevitably do something in the offseason that probably fucks up all the progress that they've made. But so far, so good. I apologize. I was wrong. I should have disrespected the Knicks like I did.
But nobody come on, bro. Like
nobody.
What needed to happen for the Knicks is what's happening for the Knicks plus some. So like Jalen Brunson being Jalen Brunson, but the Knicks actually look like a basketball team because, like for real, they actually look like a complete team. So it's like everything you saying about them is not. I don't got nothing bad to say about them. Like RJ Barrett was missing free throws. It's like they didn't miss.
Bro, last two games, RJ Barrett's come alive. He started playing some good basketball because he looked like some hot shit.
18, he might miss some free throws, be like pissed off, come back and get a good play. So it's like this is what the Knicks franchise needed, like for basketball. New York needed this for basketball because it wasn't looking good for them. Now they got a glimpse of hope, and they actually could go like for real. They've shown me they can capitalize on people's weaknesses, and when people are doing bad, they make sure that they're not doing bad. They make sure that they step up.
Let's see them when they play a team that's got some kind of playoff pedigree and some playoff success. Because next round is going to be a different story for them.
I
For
think we're
sure.
gonna see more like a better version of Brunson as the playoffs goes. Can't say that with the rest of the team. So, in
Yeah, I
Brunson, we
expect Brunson
trust.
to continue to be solid, but it's just at some point that's going to stop being good enough.
Yeah.
At some point, the best player in the other team is not going to be Donovan Mitchell giving you 11 points and only 2 in the second half.
Exactly.
Like next round, no matter which way it goes, it's either going to be Giannis or Jimmy Butler. That's just not going to happen with those two. So, cute story, good job. Let's see them be. I just want to see them be competitive next round. They better not like do this, get all these
And then
good
get
feelings
swept.
going, and then get swept or gentlemen swept like 4-1. Like they better not do that. I need them to at least go 6 the next one to actually show me something.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Ooh, excuse me.
I hope. That's all I want to say. I hope. I just hope they don't.
I
Like
hope.
for real, I just hope they just. Even if
That's the
they
theme.
get
That's the theme of the
swept,
show so
just
far.
try.
Talking about the
Just, like,
Clippers, I
try.
hope. Talking about the
That's
Knicks,
it.
I hope. All right, let's talk. Let's go to another team that's got some hopes this year. They got championship aspirations. They're playing right now. The Celtics are playing the Hawks. The Hawks stole Game 3. Not stole, but they actually won Game 3 in Atlanta. They played well. They are currently down, I believe, 11 was the last time that I peeked up and saw the score
All right.
against the Celtics. So, what do you guys kind of think about this one? Joe, you just went completely dark on our end, so I'm gonna let Devion start this one. Welcome back, Joe. Devion, what's your kind of read on the Celtics and the Hawks series?
This one is expected. It's like the Hawks might have gotten one game, just being what they are. But Boston, I don't know. Boston just does fuck shit. Like, and they just have like little glimpses of like why people don't think that they will win it all. Like, it just shows that they're young. Because the game, even though I feel like Atlanta
I want
stole that game.
I want to stop you right
They
there,
should have
Devion.
sold.
I want to stop you right there because I'm actually getting kind of tired of this thing with the Celtics. This young label for them. At what point are they not young anymore?
Hey, bro, that's
Open
a good
question.
question.
They've been in the
for real.
playoffs on
this
3 years
like,
in a row. They're not young. They're not young.
Like
Yeah.
if they
They got
were
the
to go,
experience.
this would be 3 conference championships in the last 5 years if they could make it that far this year.
Yeah. They're not
Like,
young.
at what point are they not young anymore? We got to stop chalking up like their fuck ups to them being a young team and that they're just some fuck ups.
It's just yeah. Hey, I give you that, man. I don't got nothing for it because for real, it's just they just look so.
They should have swept this team. The Hawks fucking
Yeah.
suck.
100%.
The Hawks are not good.
But they
Like,
did
they're
what
a
they were
fun
supposed to
team.
do in the
They
game
could
that they
be
lost.
good, but they
It's
haven't
crazy.
done like they just haven't been the team that they could have been this year. Great, they made it through the play-in again. That's what you traded for DeJounte Murray for. Like, come on, man. Like the Hawks, they've not been a good
that
team.
team need to be done.
That's Trae Young. Trae Young need to be out.
Trae Young obviously don't want to be there. You can see that they they took him out the game. They still won the game somehow. I don't know how you win with Trae Young not
DeJounte Murray was fucking hooping
70. But it's even with that, I'm in my head like I don't care if they both both have to get 50 every night to beat us. That's what I'm thinking in my head.
That's what it should be with a team like this. I want to actually. Well, I'll save that one. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Shit. Hey, like you said, this should have been a sweep. It is what it is. I mean, the Hawks are okay. They got a decent offense, but the Celtics are a way better team. They should have swept them, and they're gonna end up beating them. They gave them one game. They better not let them get a second. That's about it. It's a warm-up game for them. It's warm-up. It's warm-up for the playoffs for them.
Yeah, 4-1.
So, yeah, I agree. They better make it 5 because, we're going to talk about them in a second, but their next round opponent did what they were supposed to do. Swept their matchup. But the Celtics they just have this like fuck up in them. And like we've seen it every year. Some years they can manage it better than others. And I thought Brogdon was going to really help stamp out that fuck upness, but he just can't. And then the bottom line is, I don't like to say it about this guy because obviously St. Louis guy, but Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they both just have like way too many lapses of judgment in the game. You're just like, what were you you even trying
Why?
to do in
Why you
this
choose it?
situation? Like you're not it's like a 7-point game, and they like okay, let's drive through here and try and whip a press, across 3 different. Like no, like just chill, play solid, make the simple things. Like you're already up. Like you don't have to make the home run. I don't know. There's something I can't quite put my finger on it. But one thing I want to bring up with you guys. So I feel bad for not being able to attribute this to the right podcast or show, but somebody was talking about how, traditionally when we think of big duos, it's a Kobe, Shaq, guard, big. You think of like Magic, Kareem. Like it's usually a guard or a wing, and then a big guy. Harden and Embiid right now in Philly, right? They are 2 wings. Neither is a guard, like in a true sense. Do you
I
think
see what you're
that
saying.
plays any type of role into the inconsistency that we see with them? Because traditionally, if you have a big that's dominant, like Kobe and Shaq ain't ever like you're gonna get Shaq every time because it's relatively simple. He's gonna be around the rim, and like you're not making Shaq go 35% from the field because they're all 3 feet away from the rim or dunks, right? Like, do you think it's like okay, we're kind of testing out this wing thing? Like, not that we haven't seen it before. Like, obviously LeBron, Wade, Curry, and KD, but like even KD being a little different with Curry being a point guard. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on the whole dynamic duo being 2 basically threes playing together? Joe, you
I think
can
it's.
start.
I think you may have a point there, but I think when it comes to the Celtics, I think it's just ego. I think they both fighting to prove who's the number one on the team, and I think that's what it comes down to. And that's the reason they're not gonna win a championship because at the end of the day, no one knows who's the number one, who's the real leader of the team, and I think that's gonna end up hurting them. I think that's the real problem with the Celtics when we talk about them making stupid mistakes and doing too much at times. It's because they're trying to prove that they the number one guy when it should be established already. They should have established it as Tatum, and they would have been just fine. There's
Let me
nothing
throw
wrong with
something back
being
at you, Joe.
1A or 1B. There's nothing wrong
Let
with
me
that.
let me throw something back at you because I actually disagree with that. That there is this like ego thing amongst the team now. I think that it's pretty settled. Tatum's a guy. I think that's established.
Well, then
But let me ask you
maybe
this:
Brown has a problem with that.
Is it something that it's 2 stars trying to prove that, like, trying to essentially play outside of their capability, meaning stars trying to play like superstars? It
It's
might just be
possible.
this thing where Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are just never going to be like the KD, Kawhi, LeBron, Curry, that echelon of player, which is fine. Like they're still amazing basketball
Still
players,
stars, yeah.
but they try to play like that, and it's them trying to get to this level that they're not actually capable of. What are your thoughts on that, Joe?
That's a good point. I mean, that's a really good point. It could be that too. I like that point. You kind of got me on that one. I could think it's a part of that too, for sure.
Devion?
I think like with the Celtics, I think they had a chance of possibly making it work, but once they put Jaylen Brown on the trading block, it was it. So now
Right.
I think we watching a player trying to prove himself to like y'all will trade me off, and I'm this good, and it's fucking up his game. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, Joe, I agree.
Okay.
I do think that's the ego part. It's like you don't realize like you getting in your own way, and if you just play your game, because it's a slight difference of like how he plays since he was trying to when they was gonna trade him, when they didn't. It's just like you can see he's playing with a chip on his shoulder, but it's not what it might get you far, but when you go across a team that has like mentally prepared, they want to see that because now they go exploit it. So that's when it's gonna become a problem when you actually run across somebody mentally prepared for it. So I think it's just you gotta at this point now, you've obviously chosen Tatum. You just need to do everything around him. Y'all already, in my opinion, I think they fucked the relationship up with Jaylen Brown. So just go get some pieces for it and try to make it work. Try something else because Celtics just was being disloyal and it kind of backfired to me. So
Dang, infidelity in the Celtics organization. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's why I'm just like
It
the
makes a
whole
lot of
year.
sense.
It's just amazing that they even doing as
Sounds
well as
like a
they
culture
are.
thing
So
there.
yeah, no, for real. That's it. The whole thing is a culture issue. So now it's just being exposed. So we go.
No, yeah, I mean, I think we're all on this opinion that it's definitely like an ego-driven thing that makes these guys try and play outside their capabilities. It's a matter of pinpointing what exactly that ego thing is, and that's going to be the secret to them, figuring out how to complete this team and actually compete for a championship.
Yeah, 30 for 30.
Because right now with the Hawks close next, and it's just like if you have to struggle to beat the Hawks, I have a hard time thinking you're going to beat. I hate to say this, even like a fucking Philly, yeah. I need to see more. But let's move on to Philly. Philly swept the Nets, did what they were supposed to do. So, Joe, any takeaways from this one? Obviously, the big headline in this one, Embiid missed Game 4 and might miss the start of the next series.
Yeah, not too surprising. But the biggest takeaway for me was the Knicks got some young talent. I mean, the Nets got some young talent. Like the Nets gonna be good. Like they got some scorers on there. Like they got some potential. They're gonna be all right. Like I was impressed with some of the players. Like man, it didn't matter. Anybody got a chance to go off on any given night. They fun to watch. That's gonna be that team next year that when you get league pass, that's gonna be the team you're gonna sit there and want to watch and see what they can do. That was my biggest takeaway. They were supposed to get swept. It is what it is.
Cam Johnson, I thought Cam Johnson he showed some intriguing things in this series.
Yes,
he had some games where I was like, oh, okay, I didn't realize you kind of had all that in you.
Right.
And a lot of the commentators made the same comment. It was like, these guys are all being role players, doing what they were asked to do in Phoenix. Now getting that expanded role, we can actually see them to a fuller
and they
potential.
Look good.
Yeah, some they did. They did. Still got swept, but
well, they were supposed to get swept.
Yeah. Devion, what was your kind of takeaway?
The takeaway I got from it was literally just I watched Brooklyn play and I just asked myself, either Brooklyn is a terrible organization or the three players, KD and all them that we just watched get traded off. It was just terrible from the start all the way through. Because I'm watching these dudes and I'm just like, they didn't make too many trades to where they still decent. And I'm like, y'all had KD and all these other players, and y'all couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Y'all couldn't win.
Right.
But
right. That's the weird part. That's
the part.
Well, because they got all these motherfuckers in the KD trade.
But I'm just saying, like they still. They don't have the specific.
Let me get my quick 2 cents on this, and then I want to throw something else out at you guys because I think it could be a potentially good topic. So this went about as well as it could have gone for the Nets. Like they had some fun, they made some runs, but they were never going to beat a team that had 2 superstars on it when they have 0. They have no superstars, right? Like so they got a lot of nice people that you could put a superstar around to then have some success, right? So if there's a disgruntled superstar, Paul George, Damian Lillard, one of those guys that they could maybe package up a couple of their role players off with a pick or two to go get, okay, interesting team. One piece that we did not get to see in the playoffs that if they could bring a superstar in could then become intriguing again, Ben Simmons. We didn't see Ben Simmons in the playoffs. Now there's a lot of stuff going on there. Talking about unreliable, but do you think this team next season with a Ben Simmons could expect a bigger step? Obviously, we'll have plenty of time to talk about the Sixers because they're moving on. But let's talk about these Nets teams because I agree with you guys. I thought they were exciting. Okay, talk to me.
Yeah, I don't expect anything from Ben Simmons at all. Like
you don't think though? Like, think about like the psychology of it next year, right? This year, the whole psychology was KD, Kyrie. There's all this turmoil, and then he's this guy that they got in championship expectations from the jump. Next year, people are gonna forget about them. They're gonna be like, okay, cute little story, whatever. He's gonna get to come in.
Nope, not buying it.
Nope, not buying it. All right,
not buying it.
I put my sales hat on.
Nah, I ain't buying
zero
that
faith
shit
in Ben
either.
Simmons.
You heard me, bro. the best thing the Nets just saw literally the best case scenario. What happens if we have none of our superstars? Can we at least still compete? The answer is yes. Get rid of Ben Simmons and
The answer is what?
to
Compete for
compete
what?
as in not a
Compete for
championship,
what?
but playoff
Okay.
spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be relevant.
When I say
I was about to
compete
say, I was
like
just
that, unless I'm
compete.
talking
They
about
got
like
swept.
no, they can make it to the playoffs. They can be exciting. You know, now I can see like if I like you said throw one
Some
superstar in
tickets.
there, we might not win a series, but we might win 1 or 2 games. I'm cool with that. I get
I'll
rid of
tell
Ben
you
Simmons.
right now, if they packaged up, say like
Yeah.
I don't know, Cam Johnson and like Curry and some picks for like a Dame Lillard, I have no idea if that'd be near enough to get him. But you put Dame with Ben Simmons, Claxton, Finney Smith, all that, like a bunch of good 3-and-D, Mikal Bridges. That team's exciting as hell to me, and I'm very intrigued by that team.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with it. And the 76ers, another takeaway with the 76ers was fucking Embiid. Well, like what we said, if he's going to play or not, you got the
You never
best
No
time.
surprise.
You never know. So like, dude, don't
No
play
surprise.
this one. It's cool. You don't play 1 or 2 games with this series. It's not gonna affect you. But you playing with fire now because you got about 2 games in the next series where it might not seem like much, but it can switch like that. And that one game you don't play will fuck you over. So,
Bro, I mean, let's just talk about it like this too,
Just
right? We all expect they're going to
crazy.
be playing the Celtics. Obviously, you don't like they don't have wiggle room in the Celtics
No.
series.
No.
Like they don't
none.
have games to just give away.
You gotta
And-
play perfect against them because they got your number at this point. Like y'all
Yep.
can't beat them for whatever reason.
You know, it's like we had Jerem on the show a couple weeks ago to talk about his stupid little Harden and 76ers and all them, right? And like we said I said I'm not gonna say we. I don't remember what y'all said, but I said they're not gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and it is solely due to the unreliability of Joel Embiid and then James Harden. James Harden I expect to play, but I just never know what I'm gonna get from him in the playoffs in a tough series like against a Boston. And yeah, I think it's a good point. Yeah, they did what they were supposed to do. They swept them. Good job. But again, the same thing, rearing its ugly head every single season. Oh, okay. Embiid
Hurt.
again, and maybe he'll play through it, and then we'll get to do this whole thing where if Embiid just hadn't tweaked his knee,
Right.
they might have won, right? Because that's the 76ers fans everything do. Like, if he didn't break his face last year, maybe he would have beat the Heat. Okay.
No,
this
if
my
his
last
ass
year,
wasn't
maybe.
so
With the
if his ass wasn't so fucking clumsy and falling on the damn ground so many damn times, he probably wouldn't hurt his knee.
Well, he thinks
Let's
he's
not
a fucking
call it
guard.
clumsy. Let's not call it clumsy. Let's call it what it is.
Thinks
He
he's
flops.
A guard.
He just flops.
Yeah.
Always
We
on
out
the
here.
fucking floor, bro. It's ridiculous. He's too big to be falling.
Bro, if Embiid
I agree.
does not look good this second round and plays, I don't got no more excuses. I don't have nothing for him. I'm just gonna talk about him like a regular person now. Like real shit, cause it's just like, bro, it feel like every fucking week these players that they supposed to be good. It's like, all right, why didn't they play well this week? It's like we keep giving them fucking excuses. Like not us, but like in general, like as fans. And all you do is play basketball every year. That's bro.
True.
I sell houses for a living. If I woke up one day and all my clients was like, "Hey, you go show them house?" No, I don't show houses no more. I just get paid to say I'm a realtor. I'm gonna sound like the dumbest fucking dude in the world, and that's what it feel like with these people. They just like, well, my diet's messed up, and I'm like, bro, you get paid millions of dollars, bro. Like,
my diet.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like MB, like, bro, I get it. Like, injuries just shit you can't but you can think like, bro, like, come on, like, make it through like
to an
the
extent, you cannot
playoffs.
control injuries. If you are a person
Stop
that
putting yourself in
decides
that
that they are going to
situation.
flop
That's
every
it,
single
that's it.
effort that they can,
Just stop
you are
fucking
inviting
flopping and putting
extra
yourself to get
shit,
hurt. That's it.
extra harm onto your body. I'm with you.
That's
Let's move
it.
on to another dumbass series that's about to end in a sweep tonight. Let's talk about the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Game 4 tonight. The Nuggets will sweep them tonight.
Yeah.
I think we all know that. The Nuggets are up 3-0. Just, Joe, start it off. Take this wherever direction you want to take it.
I ain't gonna lie, I haven't watched one game of this series.
You ain't missed out, so sure.
I know,
Good one to skip.
It's a sweep. I knew it was gonna be a sweep. I was not intrigued at all. Zero interest. I mean, I couldn't tell you who had a good game. I couldn't tell you nothing, to be quite honest, about this
It
series.
played out exactly the way we talked about. I mean,
Exactly. That's why
exactly the
I
way.
swear that's the one series I haven't watched 1 second of any other games.
And you could guess
I've watched every
You
other
value
game.
your sleep more than
I've literally
watching this
watched
series.
every other game
Yeah.
but this series. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a
Anyone?
sicko, so I'll watch stupid basketball, but yeah, I don't blame you one bit, Joe. Devion?
Sorry. Everything wrong with the Timberwolves. Reasons why they should get rid of Cat. Reasons
Ooh.
why it was a dumbass reason to bring Rudy on.
Yeah.
You just see so many things wrong. It's just like, hey, focus on Ant and just go from there, and just y'all might suck for a while, but just focus on Ant. They're a disappointment because like Cat, bro, like I just couldn't imagine being a Minnesota fan. I really can't. Cat get off. Anthony Edwards ain't doing shit. Anthony Edwards doing some cat filing every fucking 2 seconds. Bro, it's terrible. And then you watch the Denver Nuggets. Aaron Gordon doing everything he's supposed to. Porter doing everything he's supposed to. Murray doing everything he's supposed. They actually look like a championship team.
So this is actually the direction I want to take this conversation,
Like-
Devion. This was the perfect series for the Nuggets. This was perfect for them.
Get them ready
A
for the
warm
playoffs.
up, get the mode. Because remember they were going into the playoffs. They didn't.
Mhm.
We were all getting a little.
Not great.
What's kind of going on over there? This was perfect. A little like enough of a test to like kind of make you lock in and like make you focus. But like you were just saying, Devion, Aaron Gordon doing what he's supposed to be doing. MPJ knocking down shots. Jokic is Jokic. We know we don't have to worry about him. I will say though, Jokic is making Rudy Gobert look like a fucking idiot.
Bro, I like it. I love it.
Make sure we get that right in to this, because I'm never going to miss my opportunity to take one of those shots at Rudy. But
weak, bro.
Terrible.
Awful.
Played up like I was actually pissed. I was watching game 3, and he actually had like 18 points in like the third quarter, and I was like, "The fuck are y'all doing? Like, y'all know you just got to make him like get off of his dunk. He's gonna smoke the layup. Like, come on now, be better than that." But of course, they went on to smoke him. Triple double for Jokic. All those good things.
Sounds better.
Yeah, I mean, they fucking suck. They're terrible. The dumbest trainer, and like they are stuck with Gobert. There's no moving off that contract.
No getting out of that.
It's a big
How
ass
would you, like
contract.
who's gonna take that? I have no idea who you'd have to attach like 3 first-round picks to some terrible organization to take that fucking deal.
Yeah, a whole lot of legal things playing a part with that dumbass trade if it happened. So it's just they suck, stupid ass. Hey, you got what you paid for. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Minnesota, you got what you paid for. So blame your owners. Fucking weak.
All right, let's move on to a series near and dear to my heart. Bucks and Heat. Heat are up 2-1. Giannis got hurt in game 1 in the second quarter. The Heat then decided they would be the Heat in game 2, and we're getting 30-piece most of the game, despite the Bucks not having Giannis. So good job, Miami Heat. Y'all with some fuck-ups. They at least did not continue their fuck-upness last night, so they got the win in Miami to go up 2-1 on the Bucks. Giannis is still in doubt for tomorrow's game 4. So, Joe, I feel like there's quite a few ways you could take this. Let's lay out the injuries. Giannis, back contusion. He's been questionable every single game. Hero broke his hand, done for the season or done for the series. Would likely only be able to be back for the finals, so done for the season. Victor Oladipo tore his patellar tendon in his left knee again. This is the 3rd time he's going to have surgery on that. He is done for the season. So, Joe, with all that laid out, kind of give me your status quo on this series here.
Bucks still winning the series, but I think with Giannis being injured, it can go 7 games. Like if Giannis comes back for a game 7, they winning it. But they need Giannis to come back. But at the end of the day, Miami just gonna get beat up. The Bucks are just too big. And over the time of this series, Miami's just gonna get tired and worn out, and they're just gonna get beat up, and they're gonna end up losing. It may go 6 games. It's gonna go 6, 7 games, but it just is what it is. When Giannis come back, it's gonna be a wrap. Like it's gonna be a good, tough series, but at the end of the day, the Bucks just got too much. They got too many players. They can throw so many people out there. So I'm not really worried about the Bucks. They'll be just fine. But this is gonna be a long series if Giannis is gonna be out.
Devion?
Yeah, I agree. Like I just don't. Y'all are inconsistent. I just don't see y'all winning. And then y'all not durable at all. Like y'all getting, you know, important. I just don't understand. I'm just not understanding y'all right now. So I just don't think y'all.
Welcome to my
Yeah.
life for this whole fucking
But
season,
it's just like
Devion.
the funniest shit ever because when I watched this series, everything you said, I was like, oh, I see everything you talking about just in these
They're
3
stupid.
games.
They're just stupid.
And I
Like
said,
how they can come out in game 2 knowing Giannis is not playing and then come out flat with no intensity. Like you think they're just gonna lay down because Giannis isn't playing? Like no, they're gonna try and steal it for when he fucking comes back.
yeah.
Like,
That's why I
mind-blowing.
just like I think they go 7 games, but y'all go 7 because y'all tough, but y'all go get beat up and
So this is kind of where I'm at with it, and I want you guys to know how uncomfortable I am saying this. If Giannis does not play Game 4, I think the Heat will win the series because I think the Heat will win at home if Giannis does not play, and then even if Giannis can come back, I think the Heat can get 1 and 3. Would I be surprised if they lost him? No. Would I be surprised if they lost Game 4 even if Giannis doesn't play? No. Nothing surprises me with the Heat this season because they're a bunch of fuck ups this year. The only person that does not deserve the fuck up label is Jimmy Butler. He's the only one I trust. But besides that, like, what really sucks to me is I just don't want this to linger. Say if the Bucks are going to win, I don't want this to linger on Giannis and fuck up his ability to perform in future series because he doesn't deserve that consequence of playing the Heat. The Heat don't deserve to put that type of hurt on anybody this season. But our special guest has made it. Rapper Dre Johnson. So, Dre, we just got done talking about my dumbass Heat. They're up 2-1 against the Bucks. Do you have any commentary on this season? Yeah. On the series, I mean.
Not for long.
I mean, long as Giannis stay out, y'all got a chance.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I hate that Tyler Hero got hurt. I really think y'all gonna need him for sure. He was just coming along, but I'm happy y'all starting to give Duncan Robinson some opportunity. You know, he been camped out on the bench for hellas.
I've been asking for Duncan Robinson minutes all fucking season.
Yeah, we'll take it.
You paid this man $90 million.
Yeah,
just to go sit on the bench while Max Strus is shooting 35% from 3. I mean, what are we doing? But
he play every week.
And Max y'all best 3-point shooter with Duncan off the court.
Allegedly, he's supposed to be, but he's not. Okay, let's take a break from basketball though, because I feel like you might have had like a pretty nice weekend a couple weekends ago now, DeAndre. So let's talk about what you've got going on. Big performance last weekend, opening up for K Camp. So let the people know. Let the people know how the performance go. When can we see some footage for those of us that didn't get to make it there? How was it?
I'll have some footage out next week. It's dropping on the YouTube channel. But it was a dope show. K Camp a real cool dude too. So like he not like a lot of other big artists. He humble and his whole entourage, they were cool. Like they were super cool. I took a lot of notes from him. He gave me some advice and I was happy about the show. It was almost sold out, but it was pretty deep. I've never seen that.
So basically, like if Devion would have bought his ticket, you would have sold out the show.
I asked his brother to get us some tickets.
Nah, probably about 150 more people.
Oh, okay.
It was over 1,000 people there for sure.
That's so tell us about what songs did you perform? Where can we listen to them? Are we on Spotify, Apple Music? Where give us a little more information here.
Yeah, I just released a song called New Level featuring Two Tucks. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, everywhere. So go stream that. It was a real dope song. The crowd felt the energy the whole time. So like for me to perform in front of a crowd that don't know the lyrics, but to still feel that energy was crazy. Like, it felt like they knew who I was. It felt like they already heard the song. By the time the hook came up the third time, they were already into it. You know what I'm saying? Some people were singing it. And just seeing a lot of feedback, people asking for the song after the show. Like it was just a cool opportunity, and we got a lot more lined up coming up this summer, so I'm excited about that for sure.
That's what's up. So Two Tucks, I believe, also another St. Louis group, right? Two of them, two people.
Yep.
Right. Yep. So did they perform it with you, or you're up there solo dolo?
You said what?
Did they perform it with you at the show?
Yeah,
or
they performed it with me. Yep, they performed it with me.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yep, that's the single I performed with them. It's also on the radio too. It's on Satellite Radio right now. We got it's supposed to go live on 100.3 The Beat in the next week, so it's still pumping, and I got a lot more stuff lined up. We're working on the album too, so that'll be dropping probably around August, July.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some stuff on the
So
agenda
music's
for sure,
coming.
man.
The
Yeah,
music's coming. That's what you're telling me. Okay.
It's
Well, let's
coming.
talk about your Warriors.
Ooh.
Let's talk about your fucking Warriors, because they played some type of game today. But
Man, they played
series is
playoff
2-2.
basketball, and we made a careless decision at the end. We could have tightened up the last 2 minutes, but when you champions, you just find a way to win. And we had to we was up on them. We had to leverage, so we was able to pull the win out. But it's a couple things we need to tighten up on, especially going to Sacramento. The last thing we want to see them do is light the beam. So I think the series is. I think that Draymond suspension, it helped us out. It gave us that boost. You feel me? I definitely see us. I had the series going 4-1. I thought we was gonna steal game one. It didn't happen. But I definitely feel like we can close it out at 4-2 for sure.
All right. Joe, what's your take on the series been so far?
I think that Draymond suspension was huge for him too. Draymond made a lot of key plays in that game today. Just like he didn't really play that well, but in the fourth quarter, he made some key plays for him. Golden State, like you said, they're going to grind through, and they found a way to win a game that they probably shouldn't have won because they made so many stupid mistakes. But the Kings, for talking about having a clutch player of the year, they were not very clutch tonight at all in the fourth quarter. You can tell they was not ready for the moment.
He was.
Yeah,
Everyone
he
else.
was definitely he was
trying.
In the doubles as well, for sure.
Yeah. Harrison Barnes definitely was not ready. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but that's no surprise.
Harrison Barnes thought he still played for the Warriors. That's what happened.
Yeah,
I think
he
absolutely.
I think he know
terrible,
I think he know if they get past us, they won't win a ring. So he like, we might as well get them a chance.
Devion, what do you think? What do you think of the series so far?
Shocking. I didn't think Sacramento was gonna play as good as they are, but the Warriors suck on the road. So for real,
I don't understand.
Terrible on the road, for real.
Yeah, no, we are 11-30.
Yeah, y'all terrible on the road. Like,
see what them role players do.
Y'all fuck up today.
But a thing you got to take in consideration is that road record is so manipulating because you got Andrew Wiggins, who's been out twice this year. You got him in a 20 game span of one part of the season towards the end. And then you got him early on. He had an injury. He missed. And then we didn't have Gary Payton. And then you got so many different injuries from all over the team. We just wasn't looking like ourselves all year.
Man.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I say that road record is manipulating, because if you got this starting five that we got right now, our top 8 players, it's not 11-30 for the season.
It's not, but you are 0-2 in the series on the road.
Yeah.
So
with them,
and guess what? In both games, both games, we were in the picture. Both games, Both games, Wiggins just came back for his first game for our first game of the
He did.
playoffs.
No,
Um,
100%.
like it's a like, and we were one shot away from winning game one. I feel like it was a lot of questionable calls at the end of it. Kevon Looney should have definitely got out. They should have gave Sabonis an offensive foul when it was like 10 seconds left in the game, 10 to 12 seconds left. Looney was going up for a rebound. Sabonis pushed him in his back. That's a foul. You
They
know,
missed a
they
lot
up by
of
one.
calls
That's
that
soft.
game, though.
Yeah, they've
That,
been
Missed
letting
a
them play.
lot
They've
no,
been
but
letting them
that's
play.
that's a call you call, bro. I'm sorry. Like that's too obvious. You know, like the refs controlling too much of the games right now for me. Um, but when you champions, man, you know how to fight through all that. So I do believe in them, and I do
So,
believe as long as Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson is performing, it's gonna be hard for anything we play them. So I
so
wouldn't
my
want to be
my
no
takeaway
team that got to play them.
before the series started was I
Right?
knew the Warriors were not good on the road this year. But my point
Uh-huh.
was they only got to win one on the road. That's all. They
Yeah.
just got to get one on the road, win their
Game
games at home.
5.
They can do
And
that.
so I still
Game.
think this is going to go. I think it goes 7. I think the Warriors can win in 7. I like the Warriors. They're the team that I picked to come out the West. Do I feel great
Yeah.
about that right now? No. They've been
You
a little
should.
iffy.
You should.
Well, I appreciate that you have that confidence in them, but I expected them to look a little better. And the thing that bothered me, so in game 2, we'll talk about the whole suspension and all that bullshit that came out of that. But what I didn't like is that Draymond actually got out Draymond by Sabonis. Like
Yeah.
Sabonis, Draymond. That's what he did. He did the little shit to kind of piss off Draymond, and then Draymond had the bigger reaction that got his ass ejected and then questionably suspended.
But ain't that what makes him Draymond? Them type of reactions?
It is, but he's supposed to do it to them, to then the other team overreacts to his bullshit. He's
Bro,
not supposed to be the one
let's
that reacts.
let's be real. I'm cool with him getting ejected, but a suspension, I just don't
Yeah, I thought
agree.
so. That was tough for me, and that's kind of where I want to take this next. So what? Now it doesn't matter because the Warriors ended up winning Game 3 anyways. It didn't matter. They actually
Right.
blew them out. But I want to bring this more to all of the questionable flagrants that we've seen. Right? There's been 4 now.
A lot.
So
Definitely some questionable
there's been
ones.
Draymond.
Of anybody that should be suspended, it should have been Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get there. So yeah,
You got
Joel
the worst
Embiid,
For
one.
sure.
Draymond, Harden, and Dylan Brooks. 3 of the 4 were ejected, Embiid the only one not ejected.
Yeah.
So I'll let you kind of pick up where you already taken this DeAndre. But with all of those calls that have happened in these playoffs, like what's your kind of general feeling about the flagrant 2s, 1s, and ensuing ejections?
I personally think the NBA needs to start holding refs accountable for these bad calls. Like you can call something that can change the game, the narrative of the game, but it's okay for you to make a wrong call, but it's not okay for a player to give the wrong reaction. You know what I'm saying? They instantly get kicked out the game and now suspended a game where it can be real detrimental to the team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to even for them to even have that ability and power with no consequences is crazy to me. And I think the NBA needs to fix that, or I don't think it's gonna be good for the future. Just by giving the ref that much access. Like I feel like if you're gonna kick somebody out the game, it needs to be reviewed from like a higher up team. Like it's just too much that's getting involved with it because at the end of the day, James Harden should not have been kicked out that game. I absolutely don't understand how he got kicked out that game. And Joel Embiid didn't. I mean, Joel Embiid literally tried to kick him in the nuts. And they was like, okay, we're gonna give you a flagrant 1. Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry. But like that don't even make sense. Like I'm looking at the TV and of course I'm thinking about the Draymond Green stuff. I'm like, this can't be real. Like this can't be real at all. But of course it was real. And the fact that Draymond got that history, that does weigh down on him, but everybody changes.
Look at
The
Dre. Look at this
He
guy.
ain't
stuff that
changing.
Everyone
Nah,
can
but
change.
I'm just saying, like if you think about it, like I mean, the LeBron James stuff, LeBron flopped in the finals when they called that. The only thing they got is Steven Adams, and he still was kind of making a basketball
You're talking
move.
about he
Like,
flopped
He
when he
hit
got kicked in
James
the
yes,
nuts?
Harden. He
LeBron.
kicked James Harden in his
When he got kicked in the nuts.
Boy, I have the video I watched at least 10 times
Man,
yesterday. I can see him right now. Like LeBron James flopped. LeBron James knew what he was doing to get that boy that technical foul so he can get out. And
Are you
that's why
talking
they got
about
that ring. But that's
yesterday's
another
game, or are you
conversation.
talking about the finals with Draymond?
I'm talking about the finals, the history that they're going off of for Draymond Green to
okay.
get him that suspension.
He didn't kick James Harden in his nuts when he was with Houston. Like he stepped on him or
No,
some shit.
bro.
He did. He
They
stepped on him or
stay.
kicked him when he was with James. When James Harden was with Houston, he did it with
Sure did.
LeBron.
Bruh.
He do this shit every year.
Bro,
He
you
do this
notice
once a year.
It was consecutive
you
in the
notice
playoffs
you
and the series.
but
His annual
He
nut
does.
you
He do.
party.
He
notice
do
you can
this at
say
least
this
once a
about
year.
He liked to hurt people with his
you can
feet.
say this about Draymond Green, but you're not seeing this with anybody else. You think nobody else ain't doing this type of stuff? You think they
Chris
just
Paul.
That's his fault for getting caught, though.
it's
It's
a
him.
lot more.
It's him as a
It's
player.
no, the cameras is on,
Bro,
bro.
there are
Like
not
when
that
you
many people
No.
fucking kicking people in the nuts this consistently, bro.
No.
Stop it.
Bruh. Yeah.
Stop it.
Bro,
That
you
ain't no
act like
normal shit.
he
Dylan
you just
Brooks
act like
acts
the
just like
you act
Draymond.
like
That's why he's got his ass kicked out too.
you act like he
Yep,
out there sweet
exactly.
chin music people nuts, you know? Like you act
He
like he doing
No.
is.
sweet chin music to people nuts.
Embiid
Like he
should
not
got
doing that,
he
bro.
should have got
Like
kicked out. He didn't because
All right,
Embiid don't got
Embiid
a
definitely should
history
have
of
got
doing
kicked
that.
out.
Let's bring it back in, Joe.
Yeah.
What's your take on all the flagrants and ejections and suspensions? What's your take on it?
I didn't have nothing problem with none of it. Draymond should have been suspended. History. You always using your legs to hurt people, man. You had to go. They already told you they need you to calm down with your histrionics and all that shit that you be doing, and you did it anyway. So they taught you a lesson. You had to go for a game. It ended up helping the team out, but you had to sit down. MB definitely should have been ejected from that game. That was crazy. Like, I get it. Though your dude stepped over you, that's disrespectful, but you too damn big to be like doing a kick like that from the ground. You gotta get kicked out the game for that. Dylan Brooks,
yeah,
honestly, in my opinion, I don't think Dylan Brooks should have been ejected. I think that was the
me
refs
either.
ejecting him for him talking too much. Like, it was an
Yeah,
accident. Yeah, he
yep.
hit him in the nuts, but it was an accident. It's not like he just swung and tried to hit him in the nuts. He was trying to go for the ball. Like,
Just
yeah, that's a
just show
flagrant,
you
but
the
you should
league.
not get ejected for that.
Wrong ball. That's all good. It happens to everybody.
It happens sometimes.
That's what happened when you no, they got kicked out for them as players.
Yeah,
Devion,
exactly.
Devion, what was your take on all of it?
I don't like Draymond got suspended, but I don't care if they all got kicked out. They all of them should got kicked out. It's just like it because it's
Except
like
for
if you
Harden.
looking at the pace of the game and shit, that's what they would call it.
Harden and Dylan Brooks never got kicked out.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's
Harden
the
Kick
definitely.
type of the
Draymond out.
game. It's
He
the
definitely
type of
stumped a
player
yard
they
on
are.
somebody's chest.
They keep talking shit. The refs warn them. They do this fuck shit. Think they gonna get away with it. It's the pace of the game that the refs calling. They do it. Refs get them out. We watch it every year, bro. That's like the refs warn them. They tell them don't do it, and you see what kind of game they calling. That's on them. Like I don't got no sympathy for them. Draymond shouldn't have got suspended though. I think that's petty.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he grabbed his foot. Like if a nigga grab my foot, I'm kicking him in his shit too.
If they
keeping it real.
suspend Sabonis, I'm cool with
That's
it.
fair.
If they suspend
Yeah.
Sabonis, I'm
Just
cool
throw them
with it.
both out the game, or just throw
They keep
Draymond out,
pushing.
let it be something, leave it alone. But if Embiid don't get suspended and he kick, he boy, that's a size 35 we watched kick this bad in his ass. You heard me? and he don't get suspended, he don't even get kicked out. You don't kick none of them out there. If he don't get suspended,
I just feel
none of them get kicked out.
I feel like Nick Claxton should never got kicked out the game. You know,
That was
like,
wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
wild.
Like, how
That
did
was
he
wild.
get kicked out the game? Come on, they controlling too much of the game,
Claxton
bro.
was just two techs. Claxton was just two
It was the
techs. I think
second
he got a tech when he stepped over Embiid, and then he got a tech there at the end too. So it wasn't like a flagrant two. Got to get
Bro,
him out.
if Embiid don't get his big ass up off the ground, boy, like that's a lot of
Always
space.
on
That's
the
a lot of
fucking ground.
ground to cover.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah,
So
that's
this is the way I put it. If I was gonna rank the four in like terms of like worst to like least trouble, like worst to me was Embiid by far.
Yeah,
By
clearly.
far. Like it's Embiid and then everybody else, right? Because like again, there's shit talking, but then there's like, at least in Draymond's situation, Sabonis purposely tripped him.
Yeah,
Sabonis
like,
did something first. You
and they were
getting
doing that in
stepped over
game
because you
one.
got dunked on. I don't have any sympathy. If you, like, yeah, you can be mad. You can get up. You want to get up and like talk some shit. Cool, but you can't try to kick somebody for just because you got your ass dunked on and then stepped over like you're Ty Lue. Like I'm not trying to hear that shit. So by far the worst. If we're gonna suspend anybody, Embiid should have been the one that got suspended.
Yeah.
I'm cool with Draymond getting ejected. I think he should have been ejected. You don't step on somebody's chest like that. Like that. Like, he puts a little more. He puts a little more force into that. He breaks his ribs, right? Like, but that was like legitimately could have been like a dangerous play. So Draymond got to get ejected.
Sabonis asked for it,
I
though.
wish he did. I wish like they could have done something like you see like in college football, where like, okay, you want to suspend Draymond to send a message, like suspend him like a half. Like he missed a piece of the last game, so you suspended him the first half of the next game, something like that. I thought the full game was kind of excessive for what happened, considering it was a reaction, not a just out of the blue step on somebody. And then Dylan Brooks and James Harden, to me, there's no even ejection there.
Yeah,
I don't think either one of them tried to do what they did.
James Harden did. Yes, he did.
That's
how James Harden plays.
James Harden tried to clear out. He definitely tried to clear out.
Yeah,
I don't think he tried
like
to hit him in the nuts.
it was an offensive foul. If anything,
For
it
sure.
wasn't no flagrant,
For sure.
no ejection. Come on,
ain't
bro.
complaining. All them flops that James Harden got away with, and
Payback.
he got one that got him kicked out. He better take that on the chin.
No, but it ain't like
Devian, don't
like
get
they watched the replay on it. They watched the replay on it, and they still agreed to that. Like that's terrible.
Yeah.
These
don't
refs
take
are
my
drunk.
reaction as any type of sympathy for James Harden.
I know you don't
That's
got no
never
sympathy for
fucking
him at
coming
all.
from me.
I ain't know
Right.
that.
But I just
mean,
think it was
me
bogus
either.
that he got ejected.
Yeah.
I think Harden was
And
probably
none
like
of us got no
slightly
Harden.
worse
Yeah.
than Dylan Brooks. At least Harden like intentionally like he had the ball and like he did the clear out.
Hey
like,
man, it's
all
the
right,
way
aim
they
better.
play,
Like,
bro. I get it. I don't think, but that's how they call the game. They go eject him. But James Harden played this little
so
the only
other thing I wanted, the only other thing I was gonna say was I was gonna
That's how
respond
he
to
played.
Joe. I don't think Dylan Brooks
Yeah.
got ejected for his trash talking. Like I don't think it was anything related to that. I think it was purely related to they know that they just ejected James Harden, so they had to eject him.
I think
Like
it was
a one nut shot for another nut shot.
Talking.
The pace of the game,
if he was quiet,
they don't like them.
I guarantee if he was quiet, he would have never got ejected.
No,
he would have never said none of that
think
stuff about
because,
LeBron. It show you the league is fans of LeBron James. I mean,
see, I mean,
for sure he runs.
I know
the
you already
league.
have an agenda. It's fine.
But they do the same thing with Steph.
I hope we
They
see
do
them
the same
second
thing with
round.
Steph. What you
I
mean?
hope we see them second round. I hope we see them second round.
Golden State live with illegal screens, bro.
Great lead in, DeAndre, because that's the one series we got to talk about. We got to talk about Grizzlies and Lakers. The Lakers are up 2-1. Game 4 is tomorrow night. The one game that the Lakers lost is surprisingly the one game that Ja Morant did not play. Although we have kind of seen that as a trend in the past before. I don't really buy into it.
Did you see the game last night?
I did. I watched the whole game.
Yeah, we gotta cut that trend out because Ja is a problem.
No, Ja was hooping. Ja was fucking ball. He's the one
He scored 22 straight. Like them Lakers was up almost 30 points.
Ja was on his LeBron shit.
Exactly.
Like LeBron versus Pistons back in the day.
He scored 22 straight. Like that's different, you know.
43 of the air.
And he was one-handed.
43 of the air. I don't give a fuck about that.
DeAndre, talk to me. What do you think about this series right here?
On a plate,
I think that's going 7 for sure. If Memphis can figure it out, the Lakers in trouble. But if it stay like this, I'm going with the best player on both teams. I don't know, bro. Like I can't say the Lakers have a better team. Like Memphis is a really good team, bro, and I feel like a lot of people is down on them. Like they got some real firepower. And I definitely see them this next game that's coming up. I think it's going 2-2 for sure. It's hard for me to see the Lakers going 3-1. The Lakers don't have consistency when it comes to shot making. They do have LeBron James, so anytime you have him, you got an opportunity. But AD, I'm not happy with this AD. I've never seen this AD this inconsistent. And it's like he's super fragile. So it's like every time I look at him, he just got hurt for something. Even though it's a tweak, it's like I don't know. I want to
Dre,
have
let me ask you
confidence in the
this: you're
Lakers.
you're someone known to talk a little shit every once in a while, even though you can never back it up, just like Dylan Brooks. What do you think of Dylan
Oh,
Brooks'
Damn.
trash talk before the game?
what was that again? I ain't heard you.
What do you think of Dylan Brooks' trash talk before the game?
I like it. I mean, that's what
That makes
sports are
sense.
for, bro. Like you have to talk, talk that talk.
Yeah, but
Okay.
just win.
It just give you something to
Gotta
play
back it up.
for. Like
Yeah.
that just come with sports. Like imagine watching sports with no shit talking.
I'm terrible.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like it makes it more exciting. It gives the people something that they want to look for. You know what I'm saying? Now, all of a sudden, everybody looking at LeBron like, what you gonna do when Dylan Brooks guarding? So it's good from like
Same
a
thing he
fan
was.
perspective. It's
I
good
don't
from a fan
know.
perspective. And me playing sports like I used to, I was always a shit talker. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
It
fact.
just brings something out of you. So if we stop
I
that.
feel like some people like have to talk shit or else like they don't even get as engaged. I feel like Dylan Brooks might be that type of person where like it like gets
Gives him
him
I
something
I
locked
feel
in.
like
You know what I'm saying? Because like,
for
okay, I
sure.
just talked this shit. I gotta back it up now. But the issue here is that like he's Dylan Brooks and that's LeBron James.
Dylan
Yeah.
Brooks is doing a great
Loves
job
to this bitch.
trying to find his identity. At the end of the day, LeBron is LeBron, but it's easy to get under somebody's skin. You know what I'm saying? Like you can find ways to get under somebody's skin, and I definitely think it would have been a different game. I understand they were down a lot. I feel like if Dylan Brooks didn't get ejected in the third quarter, I think that last drop, the last that fourth quarter will be a little bit different. I do understand that they lost by 10 points, but they were in the game. The Lakers couldn't make nothing.
All right,
Dylan
so
Brooks,
Dre, what's your official prediction for the series? Who the Warriors are going to play next round in your opinion?
I got Memphis Grizzlies in 7.
Okay, that's why I had before the series. So we're on the same page.
Team.
Joe,
Man, it should have been a sweep, to be quite honest. But Anthony Davis in game 2 had to come out there and be a lame duck. Like that's my biggest concern with
Right.
Anthony Davis, man. There's no way game 2 he should have not came out like that. If he came out and played at least
Terrible.
a little bit better, they win that game and they can sweep the
Just
series.
60%.
I'm
Yeah.
taking the Lakers still in 6. Lakers gonna win in 6. They just too much. Ja could get 40. Who cares what the other people gonna do? And I think that's what they figured out. Like, okay, Ja gonna get his, but if we lock everybody else down, they not good enough. They don't have a number 2 that can step in and make shots and make things happen. And that's what they're gonna ride on. Anthony Davis and LeBron just too much. As long as Anthony Davis doesn't get hurt, it's a wrap.
okay, Devion.
Yep. Memphis ain't that good, bro. People just like Ja Morant. I think that's all it
Yep.
is. For real. Lakers better than them. Shit ain't no surprise me. If AD even get averages, we 3-0. I don't see we beating
Okay,
them.
but like, okay, here's the thing. So this is where I kind of want to take
That's
this.
the
I'll
it
give
part,
this
bro.
my quick thing. I'm still
It's a
sticking to
whole
my
lot of
Grizzlies
ifs.
in 7.
Like, shit.
But like Anthony Davis,
I know,
bro,
right?
game 2 is unacceptable.
Absolutely
This man is
unacceptable.
30 years old. Game 2 is unacceptable at this
Hey,
point. Like, how does this shit keep fucking happening?
But
And
it
like
happens to all the great players.
as you got no,
Not
not
this,
not like
not
this.
like at this
Not like
rate.
this.
Not at this
As
rate.
it's
so
cool. Ja
you
got
and
43 and we still beat him. So I'll
okay,
take it.
but no, but AD showed up in game 3.
But he had
AD was good.
22 in the fourth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
AD
it's
was
a
good in game 3.
trade off. Yeah.
Devion and Joe,
He
this
had
is mostly
22
to
in the
you guys.
fourth, though.
How do y'all really trust the Lakers when you gotta trust this motherfucker to play like a fucking big
Perform.
man
It's tough. It's
4
tough.
different games?
It's
Because we
tough.
got other players that might step up and score 20
Man,
when he
it's
don't.
like he
Like what we
letting
always see.
Xavier
You got the
Tillman
rope.
hoop his ass in the
Yeah,
paint.
but that's
Like,
how it is.
Bro,
Like,
talk to me, DeAndre. Like Xavier Tillman, really?
Right.
hooping
That's
him in
their
the
only
paint.
big man that played
hey,
NBA minutes this year. That's their
Man,
only big man. And AD came out
and
and
he
gave you
giving
12
them
points.
buckets.
Come on,
I
bro. Come on, man.
It's
was
oh
bad.
my
disappointed
It's
God.
bad,
watching.
bro. It's bad.
If this is what people are saying, and we still up, Memphis should be worried, not us.
Bro, it's only 2-1. I
Facts.
think y'all should be worried, not Memphis.
It should be 3-0.
Wow. They should be worried.
Because it should be 3. It should be 3-0. It should be 3-0. And then if I'm on Memphis team, the way we finished that game yesterday, I got all the confidence in the world. Like what? Y'all clearly can't make shots. Clearly.
And they clearly can't win.
They,
even if your best player is doing great.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, they best player play out his mind and they still lost.
It ain't like he had 43 throughout the game. He had 22 in the fourth.
I'm talking all this shit in the world. Dylan Brooks talking all that shit and they still not doing it. If I'm the Lakers,
I'm gonna put it like this.
I ain't worried about nothing
I think it's Grizzlies 2-1 if Dylan Brooks keeps LeBron's name out his mouth. Real shit.
See, it's always what if it's this. It didn't happen.
No, for sure.
We don't go off what happened. We don't go off what might have happened. Shit, I can say this shit. Karl Malone don't get hurt way back when the Lakers got another championship. Motherfucker got hurt.
No, I'm not saying like you guys shouldn't be up 2-1. I'm saying of course. But what I'm saying is
the second seed. They the second seed getting hooped by the playing team.
Devion,
let's out of here. We worried.
I want to bring this back to a conversation we had like a month ago when all of the Grizzlies, talking was getting a little out of control. Remember they said our only competition is the Celtics.
They should think like that though.
And okay, but see, the same matching of what you were just saying.
No, you as a player have to think like I'm the best player.
You have to
think
like that.
For you, though.
You do not have to say that out loud to the media so the rest of the world can fucking hear it.
Yeah. Why not?
You do not have to say that.
Why not?
Steph Curry said.
Well, you don't have to be down.
You the greatest shooter ever.
Oh, wait, Draymond said and he win.
Huh?
Ron Artest did it. He won.
Okay, you're talking
what
about
Draymond said.
Draymond talked the most shit ever. That boy talked
shit. No, he responds to shit talking.
I'm just. Man, Draymond talk shit, bro.
He responds.
Draymond is one of the biggest shit talkers.
He responds.
Draymond did not start talking his shit until after the Warriors did something. Draymond was not talking like that pre-2015. So that's my point.
He did it.
Well, it's important. It's important because the Grizzlies have not accomplished jack shit in the NBA. They've been a fun story. Hang that in the banner in Memphis, baby. Fun story 2023, Memphis Grizzlies. That's what they fucking are. They're not shit. They haven't done shit yet. Draymond can talk shit. He's got 4 of these. He's got 4 of them things. So Draymond can say that. That's my point. The Grizzlies keep trying to make this persona. And then Dylan Brooks,
crazy? So the only time you can talk shit is when you win a ring.
No, of
boy,
course.
we might as well hang all they rap.
That's when you can talk
about.
No, on that level.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he can. I'm not saying he can't say it. But I'm telling you, it's stupid when you're not the guy. He's cashing checks for John Morant. That's what he's doing. He's trying to cash checks that John Morant has to pay.
Nah, he's thinking
Dylan Brooks cannot cash the check
playing
that he's
against
trying
the 7
to
seed
cash,
and a washed up LeBron
shit.
James in my eyes. That's what this young dude thinking.
Okay.
The fuck? Why would I think like that? Think some old ass. I'm taking your spot too. I'm gonna talk shit to you too. You gonna have to prove me wrong too. Fuck out here. I'm gonna talk shit. I don't gotta win. You gonna have to beat my ass and then make me not talk shit.
How many times have to happen?
Like I'm a pro just like them.
Devion, let me ask you. How many times have to happen?
Highlights like them too.
How many times gotta happen? How many times does the Lakers have to smack Dylan Brooks around for him to like, oh, okay, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should just shut the fuck up.
I feel like Dylan Brooks
until he die. Like obviously,
I feel like
like that. Like real shit. If he losing, if this dude losing and then he get beat. And then he changed completely how he is. I don't want him on my team. You soft. Your ass gotta go. Like he gotta have that mentality.
I tell you right now, if I was John Morant, I'd be pissed. I'd be, hey bro, you're not gonna be the one going out here scoring 40. I gotta do that shit.
But he gonna be the one that's guarding.
And he fuck up too. And John Morant can't do it either because he ain't winning either. So if you use that same excuse, John Morant, he can't talk shit because he got 43 and got a motherfucking L. I ain't trying to hear that either.
Yeah,
played out his mind.
John's at least the guy that's got to carry the load.
Trying to hear that shit. Hey, all I know is him and Dylan Brooks suffer that same.
Hey, don't get
Dre, you got a lyric. You got a lyric that I'm trying to pull right now, but I can't pull it. You said some shit about some people talking, but they're not a starter in one of your fucking songs. And goddamn, if that is not some fucking Dylan Brooks right now, fuck. What song is that you fucking said?
Cool.
God damn, I'm trying to pull that.
So it's
lyric.
all I'm hearing is if Dylan Brooks do this, they win. Ja Morant do this, he did do that, and they still lost. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
I don't know how
boy.
you heard that.
All I do is they lose.
You might want to check your hearing.
They lose.
I don't know how you
Hey,
heard that.
All I'm
They
gonna say
lose.
is
Where you got
don't
that from?
speak with so much confidence. Bro.
Y'all just said if Dylan Brooks, you want to rewind it? I got a great memory. You just said if Dylan Brooks does not get kicked out, they lost
That's
by
what
10,
Will
but
said.
that changed the
That's
pace of the
what Will
game.
said.
No.
That's what DeAndre.
So guess what?
said-
All I
I
keep
said
hearing
that.
is
like the
Dylan Brooks,
game
Dylan Brooks,
could've
Dylan
went
Brooks.
differently.
Hey,
I mean,
that's why I keep saying Dylan Brooks did this. If this happened because of Dylan Brooks, I ain't trying to hear this. What else? They lost.
I know I heard from the Lakers
They
side
definitely
that
lost.
if AD would have showed up in game 2, it would have been a sweep. All right, so I missed me. Like, it's only the other.
Hey, you don't hear us. I don't give no AD no excuses. I get on his ass every week. I don't give him no
Right?
excuses.
No. Yeah.
AD lost. He literally just lost. We are up 2-1, and that nigga just played terrible. If this is what we got to be worried about, I'm cool. As a Lakers fan,
Bro,
I'm
that's
cool.
how you give a team that you supposed to be better than confidence. You got to get them out the way. You keep
They're supposed to be better than
letting
us,
the
not the other way
series
around.
hang on.
They
this
are
is
better than us.
post deadline shit. Y'all were a fucking
Right,
14
man.
seed before y'all made your trades, and you started playing well. Like, let's not act like the Lakers.
They are the
That's
number 2
irrelevant.
seed playing against a
Right, but what
play-in
I'm saying is,
I'm not
post
trying to hear
trade
that
deadline,
shit,
y'all
boy.
have been playing
trying to
better
hear
than the
that.
Grizzlies have.
I'm trying to
Post
hear
trade
it.
deadline, y'all have been trending better. So
But they got Ja, remember? They got Ja. They got all this. They got all that shit don't matter to me. We got inconsistent AD, remember?
No, AD.
They got so many
You
things
still
in
got
they
LeBron,
favor.
but you act like
Trying to hear
you're
that
trying to
shit.
talk like you're some underdog,
Trying
but
to
you got
hear that.
LeBron James on your fucking team. I'm not trying to hear that shit.
That's cool. And LeBron James, I be real with you, LeBron James playing the best on our team ain't the reason why we winning either. He is the biggest reason we winning.
Right.
But
Come on,
him
make it
playing
make
the
sense.
best, being the number 1 option, all that shit.
He's not
I'm
doing
being real with
shit,
you.
bro.
Bro, yes, bro. He make y'all win and take him off that floor.
Right. Sit him
Take
down
him
for a
off the
game.
floor. Yeah, since he ain't
That
doing
should be
it.
2-2
Take him
real
off
quick.
the game. It might be
Yeah,
3-1.
Yeah.
All right,
we
y'all
need
know
him out
how
there
we
now.
end the
We
show.
need
We
him
got
out
to
there
wrap
now.
it up. We choose
Dude.
love. We choose violence.
Yeah, I'm just saying
Devion,
we worry about nothing.
Devion, what you got, bro?
I don't got nothing this week for real. Ain't nothing really stood out to me, so I guess I'm gonna love the Lakers.
I got shit either.
So
I'm choosing love over violence. Hey.
Okay. DeAndre, talk to me then. Choose love then.
We want peace. Peace is where it's at. You know, if everybody loved each other more, a lot wouldn't be happening. So I'm gonna stick with love right now.
What are you loving?
Life.
You just loving love in general? Okay.
Life.
Man,
I love
we
watching
can throw some
Golden State
violence in there
Warriors.
now.
I love,
Joe, what do you
I
got?
love talking
I don't
to
have nothing for real. I don't have shit. I got nothing.
Wasn't
Man.
that spectacular?
Y'all
What
had an
happened
hour
this
and
week?
20 minutes to come up with some shit that you love
Man,
and
you
fucking
boys
hate.
got a lot to love. Boy, y'all woke up this
I ain't
morning.
got shit to see.
See, you woke up this morning. Devion, you got a
fuck
son.
that.
Will.
This about
Life.
sports. This ain't about my personal.
Everybody got love. No, I'm just saying a reason.
Look at this happy ass dude.
Right, man.
I'm just
All right, I'll fuck it all up, and I'm choosing violence. I'm choosing violence on injuries. I fucking hate injuries, and I'm most speaking to Victor Oladipo situation. That's some fucked up shit. 3 separate patella tendon tears on the same knee. That is fucked up. Nobody deserves that type of fucking injury luck. That was a regular ass play. My man, he just went in for a layup. I mean, honestly, it might be best for his future well-being and ability to get around. He's made enough money. Just
he cool.
Hey, whatever Oladipo want to do.
He's still getting paid from Indiana. It's time to retire.
But,
I'm just gonna say go back to Indiana. Yeah, coach. He's still
he got a player option for next year.
Hey, Devion.
We'll
see you next round, maybe.
Yeah, I'm saying about y'all. Y'all got to beat them too. Y'all
it ain't no.
Y'all struggling.
Y'all need to be worried.
Y'all sweating.
Y'all need to be.
Y'all sweating,
bro. When you the champions, you become the hunted ones. Like they want us. Like
nobody's worried about y'all but y'all. Like Larry, nobody's worried about y'all.
We're the reigning champions. You know, we got the first unanimous MVP.
Devion, you can't say that when 2 of the 3 on this show picked the Warriors to go to the finals.
The fuck that mean?
Who is two?
That don't mean nothing.
Who is the
Me
That
and
don't
Joe
mean
picked the
nothing to
Warriors.
me. And
I'm
one of
talking
them
to
not
Devion.
even confident.
Hey,
and
One
Devion,
of them not
Devion,
confident anymore.
Devion, who'd
One
you
of them
pick?
is because he a fan. The other, y'all not even confident in y'all pick no more. I ain't
Devion,
trying to
who'd
hear
you
that.
pick?
Oh, no.
Devion, who'd
want-
you pick?
DeAndre, you forever gonna be confident in yours. Them two, I know Joe ain't confident. Joe just next week that shit gonna change.
Go back to the Suns at the
Will,
beginning of the
I ain't
season.
trying to hear that.
almost
It's
had
gonna
a heart
change, my
attack for
boy.
that just last week.
Devion, who was your pick? Was it the
I
Lakers?
told you I have. No, I did
Oh.
not pick the Lakers.
No, he has
Oh, okay.
I did
Suns.
not pick the Lakers at
okay.
all. I
Oh,
said I
okay.
got the Suns. I said I don't trust the Lakers. I said that. Being outside of being
Yeah,
a
I
fan,
mean, you
I
were
don't
just
trust the
the
Lakers.
way you were talking. Your chest was like way out there. Like
No,
you
I
the
said
Lakers
we're better
were-
than Memphis. I said
you-
that before
you
the start,
trust-
with or without Ja, we gonna beat them.
You
You
trust
can
the
run
Suns
that
with a
tape.
5-man rotation?
Yeah, I said that before
Hey,
before
that
we
was my
started. I
pick, that
said
pick.
they gonna beat them.
DeAndre.
Because
Okay.
y'all
Hey.
said y'all
Okay,
think
wait
the
till they
better
play against
matchup is
somebody
this.
else.
I
If
said I don't want to play
Lakers
Denver. I'd rather
Warriors
play them.
happen, if Warriors Lakers happen, DeAndre gotta come back on the show.
All right,
That's
For sure.
fine.
Come on. I come after every game.
I'm fine.
All right, y'all.